Hey team, happy Thursday and welcome to the Team FitRevolution weekly call. This week we are kicking off part 4 of our challenge group training series, and I think this is going to be a great way to kind of wrap up the month and just really reinforce a lot of the things that we've talked about in weeks 1, 2, 3. I think this is actually the 5th week, and 4. So this is going to reinforce, kind of the key ideas or principles behind making the stuff that we talked about this month work. So I'm really excited for tonight's call. I kind of wanted to start off with some announcements and just welcome you guys to the team call. Is there any new coaches on the team call tonight? Because if so, I want you to type in the chat box right now. Let me know if you're a new coach jumping on your first team call or maybe your first Team FitRevolution call. I just wanted to welcome you and thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys join us not only this week but every week, same time, same place, same Zoom ID. We would love to have you, so please come back and join us again. We always bring on new speakers, new topics, fresh perspectives. Oh, awesome. Yay, there's a bunch of new coaches on the team call tonight. Shout out to Crystal, Savannah, Janessa. So awesome. Way to go, ladies. So some announcements before I throw it over to Miss Alexis. And if you see my cursor moving around the screen, it's because I'm kind of looking at the chat box, but trying to move it out of my way. But I wanted to remind you guys that the September Challenge Pack specials continue into October. Now, in my conversations, I'm not saying, and these challenge packs are on sale till October. I'm just pretending. I don't want to say pretending, but I'm just acting like the sale ends September to give people some deadlines and motivation. I'm like, and it's on sale this month. I don't say anything about next month, so I'm not like lying or being deceiving, but I want to give people some incentive to also get started on their journey. So these challenge pack specials do continue until October. That will be the last month that they are on sale. Okay, so take advantage of this stuff because there's a bunch of awesome programs. Okay, type in the chat box. How many people have you helped this month? I have helped 2 people get started on their journey this month, so I still got some work to do. It's not over yet. We've still got a little over a day to hit Success Club and to help more people. So if you're not at Success Club yet, or if you are at Success Club yet, keep pushing to help more people and to end the month strong. And if you have helped 3 people so far this month, congratulations. Beachbody is going to be sending you an awesome brand new yoga mat. Woohoo! But yeah, like I said, it ain't over yet. So if you're pushing, you're not at Success Club, it's okay. Just don't give up. Keep pushing, follow up. As Alexis says, or everyone says, but Alexis is the queen of follow-ups, and the reason she hits such high Success Club numbers is because she's always following up. So I'm channeling my inner Alexa and getting my follow-up game on strong the next couple days. Okay, and then I wanted to let you know about next month's Success Club prize. So obviously we want to be helping 3 people, not just this month, but every month, just as kind of a benchmark of growing our business and also making sure that we're helping other people get started on their journey. So next month's Success Club prize is going to be a webinar. So if you help 3 people start their journey next month, you will get an exclusive invite to a webinar with Eric Qualman. And I looked this guy up because I'd never heard of him before, and I was like, who the heck is Aaron Qualman and what makes him a social media expert? It's really kind of interesting because he doesn't really have a social media presence at all. He's more of someone who's like teaching at colleges about social media right now, and obviously has done a lot of research about it. And I watched a couple of his videos and it was actually really interesting. So I'm super stoked about this, and I can't wait to learn from him. I'm always about learning from other entrepreneurs, social media people, because this stuff is constantly changing. So help 3 people next month start their journey, and you will win an invite to this exclusive webinar with Eric. Who is going to be on? I know I am. Okay, couple things I just wanted to remind you guys about. Obviously, we are in the last week of the health bet, which is super important because we have to help people not only start the health bet, but finish it. So make sure your challengers log their Shakeology, their workouts this week, and that they do everything they need to get their cut, to get a piece of that check. So check the FAQ, but there's some other things in addition to just logging their workouts that you need to make sure that they have, like an up-to-date profile with the correct mailing address, because all the checks are going to be cut via mail, and they need to have their address in there by 10/2. Otherwise, they will not be factored into the pool. They won't be complete if they don't have their profile complete as well. Okay, so make sure that's really clear. Also, encourage your challengers to enter the Beachbody Challenge, to submit their results. You can submit your results to the Beachbody Challenge once a month. So if they finish the health bet, they've completed a month. They can submit their results to the Beachbody Challenge and continue to update that every single month for a chance to win the daily, week, or monthly, quarterly prizes, and so forth. And then help your challengers continue their journey. Invite them to join your next challenge group, or if you have people that are finishing the health bet, like, why haven't you asked them to join your team yet, right? And if you need help with that, watch week 3's call. Hopefully you all, but watch week 3's call, which is all about turning your challengers into coaches, okay? Health bet, let's end it strong. Core de Force, you guys, it's coming October 31st. Core de Force launches, and I wanted to make sure you guys had these dates on your calendar for October, because there's going to be 2 exclusive Beachbody On Demand sneak peeks on October 3rd. What is that? Is that Monday or Tuesday? Monday. Yeah, Monday. So Monday is the first one. So guys, Monday's workout, who's getting their Core de Force on? I will not be getting my Core de Force on Monday because I'll be on an airplane, but like literally all day. But elite coaches get a exclusive access to the workout. So I am going to give it a try beforehand. I haven't yet because I've been like having back problems and like it's all in my upper shoulder blades. But anyways, go check it out. Go try the brand new program because it's going to be amazing. I've heard great things, amazing results coming out of the test group, and I'm really stoked about it. Launches have the ability to be huge for your business. Make sure you guys are talking about this stuff now, putting it out there, sharing with people your excitement, because it is contagious. And you probably just heard the toilet flush because Zach's in the bathroom. Maybe you didn't. Okay, mark your calendars, save these dates, okay? These are all important dates. So the first one we just kind of talked about, Core de Force, sneak peek on Beachbody On Demand October 3rd, which is Monday. November is the Team Spirit Contest. So you know how Brittany Powers and Alexa, you also were a team, what was it? Fall Classic. It was called the Fall Classic some years. But this year, it's the Team Spirit Contest. And I think it's going to be a little bit different. I need to go look at the FAQ and learn about it. But registration opens on the 17th, and you need to get your team organized and registered before the end of the month because the Team Spirit Contest kicks off in November. We get to start voting for the 20s Beachbody Super Trainer, which is super exciting because I've been waiting for this. I'm like, when do I get to vote? I want to vote. I want to vote. So now we get to vote, and our say kind of comes into play with choosing the next Beachbody trainer now that they're kind of developing their programs and getting ready to launch them. So get excited about that and go remember to vote. Leadership is October 20th through 23rd. I will not be there, but Sarah Chai will be there. Brittany Powers will be there. Carly Del Carlo will be there. So I'm really excited to hear about everything that's coming up at Leadership, and I'm sure they will be posting lots of updates and announcements. Super Saturday is this month as well, so make sure you mark your calendar for October 29th. And that is going to be our next upcoming Super Saturday. Whoops, I just skipped a couple things there. Sorry, guys. But yeah, October 29th, next Super Saturday. If you're in the Seattle area, be sure to get to the event in Bellevue. Emma Owen is going to be speaking on stage and sharing her story. It's going to be super inspiring. I'm really sad I'm not going to be there. But my plan is to host a virtual Super Saturday event. So stay tuned on that. If you're not able to actually get to an event, you can join me for a virtual event. And then October 24th, wow, I didn't realize that they're picking the next super trainer that quickly, but October 24th is when we are going to find out who the new Beachbody super trainer is. Pretty exciting stuff. So that means the 20s is coming to a close. And then October 31st, end of the month, Core de Force Challenge Pack launches. Super, super exciting stuff. Lots of things going on. I just want to make sure you guys had this stuff on your radar. Hopefully you've written down the dates by now and you got this all down. Shout out to this week's top 10 team builders. Way to go, April, Adriana, Melissa, Janice, Sammy, Alexa, Tatiana, Autumn, Kirsten, and Allie. You ladies are rock stars. If you see someone up there that you recognize, shout them out in the chat box. Show them some love. So awesome. These ladies are the top recruiters on our team out of like 4,000 coaches. So these are the top 10 coaches for the week out of 4,000 coaches. This means they are building their own team and really paying it forward and creating their own ripple effect, which is super cool. Okay, enough of me talking. I'm going to throw it over to my girl, Alexis. Alexis, before I give it to her, was one of my very first coaches. It's not always very common that your first coaches stick around. So if your first coaches have pieced out on you, please don't feel like you've done something wrong, because I feel like that's actually quite normal. But Alexis has stuck around, and I'm so happy she did. It hasn't always been easy, and I'm sure there's many times where she thought about quitting, or she's like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? Why did I just join this girl? I know she had a few of those thoughts, but she's come so far. She joined the team in March of 2013. She was my third coach. She is the founder of Team Confidence. Did I say it right? Wait, you say it.
It's just confidence, but it's spelled with the fit in it.
So. Okay. Confidence. Okay. Well, now that we've solved that and I know how to say it properly, she's the founder of Team Confidence, and she has created an amazing tribe of her own. She is a 3-star diamond coach. She's a Success Club all-star. She also earned her Success Club trip for her and Pat, her boyfriend, who is absolutely amazing. I adore Pat. I get so excited every time he's coming to an event. I met him at the Triceps retreat, and then we got to actually spend some quality time together in Florida and on the cruise, and he is a great guy, and I'm just so happy for you, Alexis. I just like to see you get to spoil him and to take him on that trip. It was just really cool. A cool full circle moment for sure to be in Jamaica on the beach celebrating together. Because I mean, who would have thought that after our first trip to Vegas, right? Okay. Anyways, basically, me and Alexis's relationship has come a long way if you don't know the backstory. That's all I'm going to say. She's a team leader on the leadership ladder. She is also a certified insanity instructor. She just got done teaching insanity tonight and looks like it was an awesome class. And she's also a 6-figure earner. So Alexis is a badass coach on our team, and tonight she's going to be sharing the power of patience. So without further ado, I'm going to stop my screen share and spotlight you.
Woo. Hi guys. That was awesome, Lauren. I haven't been on a Team FitRev call in a while just because I've always been doing something, but I like that idea of all that stuff you did in the beginning. Anyway, so hi guys, thanks for having me on your call. I'm excited to speak on the team call. It's always cool because I spoke a few times on the Team FitRev call. It's just cool to think when I first started and watching when Sarah just had her team, and now being able to speak for you guys is just pretty cool. So even though I'm not on stage at Summit, if you're the kind of person that was it'd be really cool to do that, you can totally do it. You just gotta keep being awesome, which you guys already are. So tonight, if you're on my team, for some of my coaches that are on here, you guys know that I'm all about tough love. If other coaches follow me on social media, I like tough love and realness, and I wasn't always like that, but I definitely got Sarah and Lauren rubbed off on me that way. So I kind of preach that. And I love Gary Vaynerchuk. So I'm actually going to share 3 separate videos. They're short. All 3 of them are short videos. They're 30 seconds, a minute, and whatever. But it kind of all sums up what I'm going to go into and talk about. And I want to say this first. I love you all so much. Even if I don't know you, I love you. But this may be a little bit of tough love and a kick in the pants that you might need. So, and I also talk about this stuff not because I want to make you feel bad or you're not doing this, you're not being patient, you should feel bad. I'm saying it because I was doing every single one of the things I'm going to tell you not to do. I have, and every single one of the successful coaches in the business and on our team has done it. So I'm not doing it to make you feel bad. I'm just doing it to talk about that. So I'm going to share my screen with you. These are all, okay. So these are just, he's really big on patience. If you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, I'm actually going to share a little snippet of something he spoke at when he was at Summit. Some of you guys may have seen these videos. I literally watched them 7 times in a row. I don't care. I just think that they're really awesome, so I want to share them with you. And he has subtitles at the bottom, so hopefully that will help if you can't hear it.
Are you losing belief, or you just wish it was happening faster?
Just wish it was happening.
Well, then you need to buck up and be more patient.
Yeah?
Yeah. Entrepreneurship is a lifestyle, not a tactic. Yeah. It's forever. There's ups, there's downs. There's a quote I always say that entrepreneurship's like UFC. Everybody loses. You're a young woman. You're going to have many more at-bats. Being hungry and wanting to win is very important, but all that ambition needs to be equally balanced with patience. And patience is hard. More patience.
more patience, more patience. I can't say, you know, and when he said patience is hard, I'm like, oh my God, that's so true. Cause this is easy. And I'm going to say this in the beginning of my call and I'm going to say it at the end. Cause Sarah said it at the Team Triceps retreat and it hurts to hear it, but, and I don't say it again to make anybody feel bad, but 75% of you will leave this call and you'll be like, oh my God, that was great. That was awesome. I need to have more patience. And when you leave any call, and then you will go home and you will not do it. You won't take action. You won't do it. And that's why a lot of people fail in Beachbody. Not because Beachbody doesn't work. It's because they don't work. And it's because they don't want to put in the action. So if you hear something in this call, or even like the smallest nugget, a bit of information that speaks to you, go out and implement it. Take action. Don't let it just become words on a paper and that you took really good notes on a Thursday night in September. Like, really do something with it. So this next one is something that he talked about when he was at Summit. Oh my gosh, it was like the greatest thing ever. I literally was like cheering in my chair, just want to like jump on stage. And I actually got a selfie with him after because I snuck around back and did, which was pretty cool, but that's a side note.
The disproportional reason so many people in here will not win, let's just get right to the chase. The disproportionate reason that most people in this room will not win is actually not the hard work, which is what I'm going to talk about probably for the next 45 minutes. It's your lack of patience. For some unknown reason, when people go into ventures like this and other things, they somehow miraculously think it's going to happen in 5 minutes. That you're the one person in the world, whatever you guys call your big club and put posters of each other up on, you think you're going to be in that circle in 5 minutes for some reason because you're the most charismatic, you figured out some weird system, you've got it. And the lack of patience is what hurts so many people. From 22 to 30 years old for 8 years, in my 20s, I worked 15 hours a day, 7 days a week in my dad's liquor store. Today, with all the things that have happened to me, I get emails on Facebook from friends I went to high school with, often starting with, Gary, you're so lucky. I reply to every single one of them, all of them, with the reply of an opening line first. Jan, great to see you again. You look great. Kid's super cute. P.S. I am super not lucky. Let me remind you, Rick, remember when we graduated college and you went to the Jersey Shore every weekend and hooked up with chicks and drank beer? I worked.
Okay, one little quick one. This is like 30 seconds long and I promise I'll get into it. But he just like speaks to my soul. So I like to, everything I want to say, he just says really, really well. So this is a cut into this video that he has at Overnight Success. He has like little short videos, and this is something I'm going to have a what, why, and how to this. And in the how, one of the things to be more patient is to just follow Gary Vaynerchuk. So this was just a quick 30-second clip when he's talking about people wanting to be the overnight success and to just, get that time where they get a share on somebody's Instagram and all of a sudden they blow up and they gain like 20,000 followers in one day, which can happen. But if you rely on that, your business won't go anywhere. So he kind of just goes off on a tangent. And again, it speaks to me.
And so when you email me that you've started this thing, that you have the audacity to want it to be the rest of your life, the audacity, really the entitlement, that you think that you should be able to do something that you love so much for the rest of your life, that makes you enough money to be able to do it for the rest of your life, that you're giving up after 4 months, that you're giving up after 2 years. As a matter of fact, every single person watching this video should be trying for that moment for the rest of their life.
Okay, just wanted to share that. So, how do I even get out of this? Exit, where's stop share? There we go. Yeah, so when he's talking about that, he has like a graphic that I've probably shared 1,000 times on my Instagram, but he says, if you want to do something for the rest of your life, how in the world are you going to give up after 4 months? And I don't mean like the people who've canceled their coaching account. I mean, the people that, the coaches that text their upline and they're like, I'm so frustrated with my business. And it's like, how long have you been doing this? Like, oh, not even a year. It's like, what? If this is something that like makes you excited, I hear so many times coaches come, they text me and they're like, I'm at work right now. All I can think about is doing my Beachbody business. And if that's how you feel, if you're like, oh my God, I would love to be like, Lauren or Sarah or Carly or Emma or whoever else and doing this full time, you can't let the little things and all that other stuff and the lack of patience stop you from doing it. If you want to do it for the rest of your life, you got to be in this for the long haul. And this is going to lead me into my little story, because again, I said I'm going to have a what, why, and how. But before I get into that, I want to talk about Sarah Try, who you guys know. If you don't know who Sarah Try is, you need to know. But she's like the fearless leader of Team Triceps. She's been doing this for what, Lauren? I don't know if you type in the chat box, like 5 years, I think, or something. 4 years, 5 years. She is like so freaking patient. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I remember when me and Lauren went to Summit, we went to Summit when there was 10 of us. It was like me, Lauren, Sarah, Meredith, and like a few other people. And like, that was it. It was just us, 10 people. And I think this year at Team Triceps, I don't even know how many people were there, but she knew from the get-go that this was something that she wanted to do. And she dug in her heels, and she's been so patient. And look what it has brought her. Now look where she is, 5 years. Some of you guys, I think, want where she is in like a year. It won't happen. It's not going to happen. If you want it, you can have it, but you have to put in the work, because the work goes along with patience. Because you can't be like, all right, I've been Beachbody coaching for 5 years, but you really haven't like done any actual work. Like, they definitely have to go hand in hand. But she went day in, day out, knowing that she had to be patient and that things weren't always going to work, and there was going to be ups and downs in this business, and there has been. I've seen them, but she had patience, and I feel like that has been what's made her so successful. And looking at, besides obviously the hard work, like Gary talked about, you have to have the hard work. And some of you guys are working hard. I definitely am not discrediting that, but you don't have the patience. You're working hard, but you're working hard for like a month. It's the same thing. I have a lot of people who are messaging me, and they're like, I just feel like I can't, lose the weight. And I'm like, okay, well, how long have you been sticking with the paleo diet? Like, a lot of people message me about that. They're like, oh, I've been doing it for like, 6 weeks. And I'm like, I didn't see results, like real, like lasting results versus like I lost, 8 pounds of water weight in a week. Real lasting results until I did the paleo lifestyle for over a year. That's when you see it, because you didn't get overweight or, out of shape, in a month. You got overweight and out of shape because, you ate bad. I mean, I gained 40 pounds. It was a part of PCOS, but I also was binge eating like tons of food for months and months and months and months and months. And then I woke up one day and was like, holy crap, I'm almost 50 pounds overweight. It's the same thing, with your business. You can't, a lot of you guys have one good month where you're like, oh my God, I did my business activity tracker, and I was on top of this, and I messaged like 10 people a day. And then like a month goes by and you did really well. And then you're like, well, why am I not like getting a Team Cycle bonus in the second month? It's like, no, you got to do that, the work that you did those 30 days, the next 30 days and the next 30 days, and repeat it over and over and over again. And when you get to the position where you're like Lauren or Sarah, who can just travel the freaking world, and that's freaking awesome, when you get to that point, it doesn't get easier. You just get new problems, but it's a new level, new devil, and it's worth it. It's worth the problems, and they're good problems to have. Like, I don't now struggle with the same problems I was struggling with when I was a brand new coach, but I struggle with new problems, but I'm okay with that, because you just grow and you learn, and you become a stronger coach. And the last thing I put about Sarah was that a lot of and if there are people, like I know Brittany and Carly, they were some people that did see really great success within like their first year or two of coaching. But again, they still had patience, but they did an unreal amount of work that 95% of them, population is not willing to do. So they still had the patience, but like because I know some people always like to throw, well, what about this person? Well, if you find somebody like that, I will also show you someone who worked their face off. So that's just to cover that in case anybody was wondering. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the what you need to be patient with, the why you need to be patient, and then the how. And then if anybody, I know there's a lot of other awesome coaches on here. If you have any other hows, because like I thought of as many as I could, but I'm sure there's a lot, or if you know any other books, all that stuff, but we'll get to that. So the what you should be patient with. Well, besides everything, number one, you need to be patient with yourself and your business. And again, I kind of already talked about this, but did you learn to ride a bike or poop on the toilet right away? No, it took you a little bit of time. Were you always good at, like, for me, the people that follow me and are like, oh my God, Alexis, you're so good at shuffling, like, teach me. I took 2 years to get good at shuffling, and I'm still trying to teach myself. Whether you dance or you cook or whatever you do that you're really good at, you didn't just get good at it after doing it for a few months. It took a while. So you and your business, it's going to take the same amount of time. So if you're like, I really suck at inviting, or I really suck at, challenge groups, nobody participates. it's going to take a long time. My challenge groups in the beginning, I don't even want to know what they look like. And they still now need work. I plan on watching this challenge group series. It's actually saved in my thing. I'm probably going to watch it after this, especially the one that Alexa does, because I know she's just like amazing at it. I was just like, I can just like suck in her awesomeness of making challenge groups. But I know I still need to work on it. And I know that after I watch that video and I change my challenge groups, I'm not going to expect next week for my challenge groups to be awesome. I know that it's going to take a little bit of time. So and again, I say this and I beg you to be patient with yourself in the self-love kind of sense, because so many of you guys, and it makes me want to cry because I hear the messages from some of my coaches where you guys are beating yourself up because you're not perfect, or your Instagram doesn't look good, or you're not hitting Success Club. Again, you have to put in the work, but again, it's the consistency of putting in the work and the patience that's going to bring you to where you need to be. So please be patient with you and yourself. Your prospects, your people that you're trying to bring in. And I talked to Lauren about this, and I actually just talked to my team about it last night on team call. So my coaches that are on it, you already heard this little spiel, but one, I've said this 1,000 times, and I'm sure you guys heard it 1,000 times. Did you say yes right away? Now, I was one of those people that, oddly enough, I was like, yeah, sure. Like Lauren messaged me and I was like, I don't even know what this is, but I want to join. So yes, I was one of those people. But the majority of people that join as a challenger, as a coach, did not say yes right away. I shout out my coach that just joined, and she was on the call last night. I've been talking to her for 7 months, and we had our first one-on-one, and it was like an hour and a half long, and I am so pumped for her to join the team, and I am so grateful that I was patient and waited for her to join the team, because she is going to do so amazing. And even if she doesn't do amazing, I feel like we're going to be best friends, because she doesn't live that far from me, and which is pretty cool. You just have to, think about, if your coach was like, oh, you said no the first time, okay, bye, and then we're just like, screw you. Would you even be on this call right now? Would you have lost the weight you did or had the support that you did if your coach wasn't patient with you? So you have to be patient with your people. You have to respect that. And you also have to remember, were you able, when you were like a challenger, were you able to just throw, I know Alexa has talked about it before, about the fact that like it took her like a bajillion times before she joined Lauren, because she probably had some fear, People aren't able to just be like, oh, whatever, I don't have any fear, I'm just going to join this group. A lot of the reason why people join a challenge group is, I find personally, and other people might not agree with this, one, that they don't see the value in it. Because again, someone will spend $150 on a hairdo, or I spend like $180 to get my hair done because I see value in it. I wouldn't go to Supercuts and spend $180 because that would scare me, but I would at the salon I go to because I see value in it. Our job, and again, that's something I'm going to get into, is to show people the value in it. So that's one reason why they say no. And the other reason is because of fear. So you have to understand, when you invite someone and they say no, a lot of it is just fear, and you have to be patient with them in helping them through that. But that's going to be in my second part. The third, I know a lot of you guys are on here, maybe you don't even have any coaches. That's totally fine. Just keep this in your, the back of your mind. Were you somebody that joined and you knew how to run a challenge group and how to invite and how to run a team call and be a 2-star diamond? No, you didn't. So when your coaches join and you get frustrated with them, or you're like, they're not doing this right, or I don't, they're not being as committed. Again, this is the same thing as I can talk about this stuff, because I wasn't as committed in the beginning. I would not be doing the same kind of call like 3 years. Lauren wouldn't even have asked me like 2 years ago. She would have been like, no. So you come a long way. And again, the patience carries you into that, and the consistency has to be consistent. 4, your friends and your family. I hear a lot of coaches get down because their husband doesn't support them, or their friends and their family don't support them. I like to say this because I think a lot of people think that, the top coaches, had their parents be like, oh my God, I love that you did this. I did this for a year and a half and was like making well over $500 a week. And my mom and dad still were like, why are you doing this? When are you going to get a real job? My parents didn't sign up until a year and a half after I got into coaching. Other people didn't. I think like when Carly signed up, her parents, joined right away. So some people have that side of it, and other people have it like me, where people don't join. So just be patient with them. Now, there is also a difference between the negative people in your life. If you have the negative people that are just like, oh my God, this is awful, like this is a piece of crap, and they just keep badgering you, then that's a little bit different. But if you have people who are they're just looking out for you because they love you, be patient with them, and be patient in the sense of working your business in order to prove to them that, hey, when 3 months go by and 6 months go by and a year goes by, I'm still doing this because I love it. That's going to be, again, the patience that proves to them that this is something that could be a real thing. And then the 5th thing, is be patient with the things that you personally struggle with. So if you really suck at personal development and you're like, I want to read, but like I go 6 days and I forget to read it. That was me. I didn't read any personal development for like almost like the first 2 years of my business. Well, maybe not, a year and a half. But I struggled with it, but I kept sticking with it. I kept hating it. And then eventually I got into a groove because I was patient with myself. Again, it doesn't happen overnight, but the consistency of it will help. You know, if you're doing like meditation or you want to do yoga or your workouts or eating healthy, all of those things take your own patience and the consistency with it. And meditation, oh my God, I literally got a tattoo for my birthday with meditation because of how much it has blown my mind that it's helped me. The last thing that you should focus on is just the things that you struggle with. So like if you feel like you're really bad at inviting, or you feel like you're really bad, whatever you struggle with in the business and in your own personal journey, if it's your workouts, I just posted in my team page today, if you struggle with, working out, why do you feel like you struggle with working out? And again, if working out isn't something that like comes easy to you, it's going to take that consistency and the patience and the, being a part of a challenge group and staying plugged into the team page. If you join Beachbody because you wanted the accountability, but you're never on the team page and you never check in, you don't have that tool that you signed up to have. So you have to stay connected with your team page. So the why, which is obviously super important, but, and this is, again, me talking about the tough love, but our jobs as Beachbody coaches is not to get angry at someone when they say no. And that's not in our job description. It is our job to be patient with them until, they're ready, because they might not be ready. Again, imagine if your coach just told you, oh, you said no the first time, I'm not going to follow up with her, or whatever. She said no to me and just got mad at you because it wasn't the right time for you. Sometimes, and again, it does get frustrating. Believe me, I vent to my success partner all the time and I'm like, oh my God, this girl told me no like 7,000 million times. That happens. But you can't let it get to you so much that every time someone says no, it just drives you up a wall and pushes you away and you're like, I don't want to invite anybody anymore. Our job, description or requirement is to support people, not just when they buy something from us, but to basically rub their backs and support them until they're ready. I constantly, I use Google Streaks, so I'm on top of it. But a lot of I do Beachbody full time. Half of my time is spent with interacting with people. So if someone says no to me, it said no to me in August, I interact with them. At least how I do my business. I set up an interaction with them. The people who are at least talking back to me is some other people I may interact with only once or twice a month. But the people who I really feel like I'm talking to, I'll set a notification to be comment on this person's thing. I'll check in with them. Pay attention to their stuff. And you don't have to be on this person's page for 20 minutes a day. But check in with the people that, you're following up with. Ask them, if they said that they couldn't, I had a girl not be able to join because it was their sister's wedding. And when I first messaged her, I was like, hey, are you ready to join? I was like, oh, how was your sister's wedding? Send me pictures. I'd love to see, blah, blah, blah. I know I already said it, but I just feel like I want to say it again. Our job is not to only support people when they buy something from us, but to support them until they are ready to do so. And again, that doesn't mean being their therapist for 6 years until it happens, but just checking in with them and loving them and making them feel like, hey, this person actually really cares about me. Like Alexa always says, following up with someone if you're worrying about bugging them, I get more messages from people saying, oh my God, thank you so much for checking in with me. It's so nice to know that somebody's there, more than I do somebody messaging me saying, don't follow up. I don't even think I've ever gotten that. If anything, maybe somebody's blocked me, but it happens, whatever. But people, because they see you as they know you're a coach and that's what you're doing. And as long as your messages are friendly and not hey, buy this from me, they're just going to see it as a friendly check-in. What else? So second reason why you need to be patient. The time is going to pass anyway. You guys seen that quote, the time is going to pass anyway. So why not make the most of it? This 2017 is going to go by regardless of whether you're working your business or not. So why not be patient with yourself, with your business, with your people, because I'm telling you, it's going to help you. It's going to pass anyway. So that's, my second reason. Third is, and I always like to say this, and I like to say this to my people who are, interested in coaching but aren't sure. Let's say you hate your job. you know the outcome of what's going to happen if you decide to say, Beachbody coaching, it's just too much work. I don't have time to be patient, or I just can't wait. I want it to happen now. I can't wait. So you're going to go back to your job that you hate. Is that your life going to change? Unless you're going to get a new job, but you know the outcome of whatever your 1% increases is going to be. If I was going to be a high school history teacher, which was what I was supposed to be doing, I was probably going to get maybe a 1 to 2% pay increase every year. I know where that leads me. That doesn't give me anything extra that I need. Again, I've talked to my team about this, and I always talk about it on my sneak peek calls for coaching. I'm like working really hard to make way more money than I do in Beachbody, not because I just want to like ball out and spend money. I want to give back. One of my goals is to retire my mother. I would love to be able to do that. All the things she's given to me, and like people want to pay off their debt. They want to do all of that stuff. So you know the outcome if you don't work your business, or if you just decide to give up. Good. Alexa, I'm glad you feel that way too. It's like that's like such a big thing for me. But you know the outcome of what's going to happen if you don't work your business, but you don't know what's going to happen if you try to be patient, if you try to be consistent and you do all of these things. And I can guarantee you, if you do, something really awesome is going to happen. So that's another big reason of why. I wish I could like read all this stuff at the same time, but I have so much ADD. I definitely will read it after I'm done. What else? Okay, the fourth thing of why you need to be patient. So ask yourself, and this is kind of like more like a side thing, but like ask yourself if you're truly doing the behaviors. Because again, like I kind of said in the beginning, you can be patient, but you have to be doing the work as well. You can't just be like, okay, I'm going to be patient and then not really put in the work. You have to, when you get on a team call and you see, hear Josh Coates speak, I hear so many of you guys be like, oh my God, that call blew my mind. And then none of you go out and do anything. It makes me so mad, not angry at you, but angry because I talk to so many of you and I can see it in your eyes. You get it. You understand it. You're awesome. And you know what to do and you can inspire so many people, but you're letting whatever it is, whether it's laziness or fear or whatever, hold you back. And again, I'm not saying this because I expect you to wake up tomorrow and just be like, yo, I'm a boss ass coach and I know everything. But I want you to work on personal development and practice all this stuff every single day. And there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be, days that go by where you're like, oh my God, I literally have zero patience. And there's going to be other days where you're like, I am a Buddha. But it's going to be ups and downs. I think a lot of you guys shy away from it when you have like a really good week and then a bad week, because you think that like Lauren, Alexa, me, and everybody else, we have the Buddha days all day, and like that's where you want to be. You're like, okay, I can work my business once I'm a Buddha every day. No, you're like a Buddha and then you hate everybody and then you're kind of nice and then you're just like, I don't know, Gandhi. But like it's so many ups and downs. Yeah, not at all. So there's so many ups and downs. So if you're going into your business, just know, and again, that's why meditation helps me so much, because I still like have days where I'm like freaking out and Pat's like, it's just the way it is, babe. Like you say it all the time. And I'm like, I know. So I meditate. And like sometimes I'm meditating and I'm like, but it works. I promise you. Oh my gosh. On my YouTube channel, I have like a playlist that like are all my favorite meditations. If anybody's like interested in checking out meditations, there's lots of apps you can use, but a lot of the apps don't have music. And I find that I meditate better with like some weird like whale sounds in the background, but a lot of those are really, really awesome in there. Okay. So the last part is how to be patient. And again, if anybody has any ideas, I don't care if you're a brand new coach. If you have an idea, I always tell my team, you guys are so much smarter than me. I get so many ideas from like having one-on-ones with you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should pretend that was my idea. So how? One, I kind of already talked about this, but practice and meditation. I feel like patience, and meditation go hand in hand. If you haven't tried meditation, the one thing I want to mention, you'll hear this in meditation, but I like to say it because sometimes they hear it from like a real person versus somebody just talking on the app. Is that thoughts will pop up. You're gonna hear a sound and be like, bird, Ned, my dog is licking me. I have to go do the dishes. I remember seeing something about a Harambe. Like you're gonna like think about all those things. And the way you're supposed to look at it is balloons floating in the sky. And you notice them and you're like, hey, cool, okay. And then you just let them pass. So don't fight the thoughts. Just notice them and then let them go. But that's me getting into my meditation stuff. Second thing on how to be patient. Personal development. We talk about it all the time, but my God, once you get it, you just get it and it clicks. I'm reading The Go-Giver right now, and that's not necessarily about patience, but holy crap, I do not know how I didn't read it earlier. I've heard people talking about it, and it's basically what I preach with my, you guys know the ADOS formula with, you know, the building relationships and giving and all that stuff. Highly suggest you read it. And I'm going to do talk about a little quote when I close this from it, which I was like, oh my God, mind blown. Well, there's a lot of awesome quotes in there, but some books that help with that. Everybody knows about the compound effect. If you haven't read it. Definitely will teach you about being patient and kind of how everything works with that. The Slight Edge is really good. I don't know, again, if anybody else knows any books for like patient, I like looked it up, but like, I didn't want to suggest a book if I didn't know. So if anybody knows about anything like that, I would think the first thing that just comes to mind is the compound effect. And then the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I know that he kind of talks about that kind of stuff in there as well. What was the name of the apps that I've used for meditation? Stop, Breathe, and Think, and then Headspace. Headspace you have to pay for. You have to subscribe. Stop, Breathe, and Think you don't. I mean, you can buy the packages, but I just search, like whenever I wake up in the morning, whatever I'm feeling, if I'm feeling anxious or I'm feeling stressed or I want more energy, literally if I just wake up and I'm tired and I want coffee, I will go to YouTube and search meditation for anxiety, meditation for energy, and I swear to God, it helps. I am not kidding you. A lot of you guys who aren't as like hippie as me might be like, yeah, okay, sure, Alexis. I don't take medicine. So a few weeks ago, I was getting sick, and I literally, because mind is a powerful thing, I Googled or went on YouTube and searched meditation for healing sickness. And I did this meditation every day for 5 days. And I had like the scratchiest throat. I was so stuffed up. I had a headache. And after those 5 days, I literally felt like I had taken like, you know, I don't know, I can't think of the word, antibiotic. It was ridiculous. It was like the coolest thing. Again, I think the meditation is in my playlist on my YouTube channel. It's just like my playlist that I've saved. But meditation can be so strong because patience is in your head. Being patient is a very like, you know, heady thing. It's in your mind. So that's why I keep talking about meditation. Follow Gary Vaynerchuk, Lisa Nichols. I'm sure you guys have saw her videos, but the way I feel connected with her in patience is like just her story and like the truth bombs and like the quotes that come out of her mouth. I feel like they just have a lot to do with like, you know, being okay with the journey and all of that stuff. For remembering, you know, why you did this. Again, the whole, and these two kind of go hand in hand, practicing selflessness. If all your focus, you know, if all your focus is on about somebody buying something or, you know, I want to get Success Club or I'm doing this or I'm doing that, again, you have to do the work so you don't end up at the end of the month trying to push. But the more you focus on you, or the more you focus on you and how to benefit just you, the less success you will see and the less patience you will have. So you need to do the reverse. The more you focus on others and what you can do for them, everything else will just fall into place. And that's what the Go-Giver really talks about. A quote that, you know, he mentioned, there was like a bunch of really awesome stuff, but the quote that I really liked was, your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. So it took me like a second to like let it sit, but I'll say it again. Your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value. So how much you're going to give someone, how much value you're going to give someone. You know, when you post on Instagram, you don't just post about a picture of your blueberries. Maybe you add that there's antioxidants and here's the 5 benefits of blueberries and the value of checking in with people and the value of like caring about people. The more you give in value, then you are looking for to take in payment from people. Everything else will just fall into place. And in the book, you know, I'm not even gonna get in the book because that's like a whole nother team call I plan on doing for my team. But just the more you do that and the more you give and you focus on that and being patient with that, everything else will really, really fall into place. So stop expecting, you know, buy, say yes, join my team, sign up, all that stuff, and start giving love, patience, you know, value, whatever it is. And that goes for yourself too. Stop expecting yourself to completely know about Beachbody and just kill it right away. I'm doing this call right now and I'm speaking confidently, but literally not even just a year ago, well, maybe a little bit more than a year ago, I wouldn't be talking like this. Like I've come a really far way in a short time. Again, I'm talking about being patient, but I went so long with like being patient and trying to just figuring out myself that now, again, it's that snowball effect, that compound effect. Everything that I've been like really working on, I feel like I now have a desire to be a motivational speaker for like women with eating disorders and PCOS and all that stuff. I never would have felt that way before, but now that's what I want to do. So please be patient with yourself in what you expect from yourself, and start giving more love and patience to yourself as well. And again, the more you give to yourself, like Lauren always says, you can't give from an empty bucket. The more you fill from yourself, you will be able to be more patient with people. So that's basically my call. Again, my one thing I always say at the end of calls is, do not let everything I just talked about be words on a paper. Really go out and do something, even if it's like the smallest thing, even if it's just you go through your contact list and you check up, and you don't even follow. I mean, I would want you to follow up because it is the end of the month, but even if you check in with people and, when people say no to me to coaching, I message them the next week and I just say, hey, how have you been? Or I comment on their thing, and it's something that I talked about, whether it was like, they're, going on vacation or whatever, something that we've talked about, because I really get to know people. I still check in with them because I don't want them to think, oh, I said no to them, she's never going to check in with me again. But I even had a Beachbody coach that I was talking to, didn't realize she was a Beachbody coach, wanted her to join my team, and then at the very end she was like, oh, by the way, I used to be a coach but I quit. I just didn't feel it wasn't for me. But I could totally see, if you want to unfriend me, most Beachbody coaches do when they find out that I'm a Beachbody coach and they were trying to prospect me. And I was like, oh no, and I stayed friends with her, and I still talk to her, even that's not going to benefit my business at all. I don't know why and I got to talk to her every single day, but I'm still friends with her. So I don't know why I even got off on that tangent. I'm surprised I didn't go off on more tangents. But I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys got something from that. That is my call.
You fucking killed it. Oh my goodness. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm just like, maybe it's because I'm your coach and I've just like watched you from day one, but holy fuck, Alexis. I'm so emotional over here because you're right. This wouldn't have been the call you gave a year ago. Just the growth. This isn't the same coach that signed up with me almost 4 years ago. And to watch the progression that Alexis has gone through, which I really had nothing to do with besides signing her up as a coach. But to watch that process is and to have been a teeny part of it is the most rewarding, humbling experience. And this is why we fucking do what we do, is because holy fuck, you're going to change so many people's lives, and I can't wait to see you on stage just speaking, whether it's at Summit or to women with PCOS or binge eating. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I love you.
Thank you. And you totally had a lot to do with it because you were patient with me, because I know I was a pain in the ass for so long, and you could have been just oh my God, I'm so done with this girl. I don't even know, again. So if you have people who there's so many people that right now I'm like, oh my God, I don't even say I hope she would sign up on my team. I know that these people are going to one day sign up with me, and I will wait 5 years. Again, I'll work for however long, but I will wait for these people because I know that it's going to be something awesome. My relationship, my relationship with Lauren, because I know that I have the potential to have that effect on other people, and those coaches can, do that in the same. So I promise you patience. It sucks, but it's so rewarding. I don't want to have kids, but I imagine that it's the same kind of thing, with, people always say having a kid is really tough, but it's so rewarding. I feel like that, being patient with, all the things that I talked about. So
yeah, so fucking true. There's many days where I definitely was to the point of pulling my hair out with you, where I okay, I never want to talk to you again. But I'm so glad that I just breathed through it, was this too shall pass, and look at where we are today. It's fucking amazing, and I could not be more proud of you. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so thankful that you are on our team, and just thank you so much for this whole call. You guys, you can't expect your challengers to sign up for your challenge groups right away. You can't expect your challengers to turn into coaches right away. You really can't have any expectations. That's the best expectation, is no expectations. And you will go so far with this. So, yeah, she was definitely a huge part of my growth journey as well, Teresa. Alexis has taught me so many valuable life lessons that I will forever implement, just with working with people when things are difficult, not giving up on people, etc. It can be testing and trying at times, but oh yeah, it's so fucking rewarding. This moment right now is so worth all of the tears and the struggle. So thank you so much, Alexis. Does anyone have any questions for Alexis? Don't get off yet, because I'm going to do a giveaway once I stop the recording, but I just wanted to open it up if anyone has any questions. Anyone?
Thank you, Lena. I don't know who you are, but you said this call was life. I appreciate it.
It really was. You fucking rock my world. Okay, well, I'm going to stop the recording, but I want to leave you guys with one last quote before we end this call. Don't fear failure. Fear being in the exact same place today or fear being in the exact same place next year as you are today. Okay? So seriously, be patient. Do the work. Put in the time. You've got to do it. There's no shortcuts. There's no fast track. Just got to trust the process and be patient. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.